What causes this black and white society, this one versus the other? Is it the media we consume at home, the endless hours of entertainment in this modern world? Charlie Kaufman mentioned in a lecture that it's hard to imagine that the media we watch doesn't affect us in some way. He quotes Henry Miller, "We don't talk, we bludgeon each other with facts and theories gleaned from cursory readings of newspapers, magazines, and digests." He used this specific quote to emphasize that we've been on this present course for a long time now. We have been a black and white country for a very long time, or should I say a red and blue one. It has been over 150 years since the last third-party president. This country was built on freedom, but we don't even have the freedom to choose our own leader. We're forced to choose between two options, either one or the other. With each book Sutter Kane releases, he becomes more and more popular, and the bigger he gets, the more influence he has in the world. The longer we have been a two-party country, the harder it is for a third one to break free from the system and succeed. In the Mouth of Madness is about a book, or a series of books released by Sutter Kane. Sutter was the most popular author in this fictional world, and the more that time goes on, the more the population reads the books, the more his fiction will become reality. Another entity pushing the division between us is the algorithm. Doesn't really matter the platform, but the algorithm pushes what you engage with. So if you engage with one side, it'll only show you that side's point of view most of the time, creating a bigger gap and separation between the two sides, the sides that aren't really as different as people believe. There is an issue with seeing the same ideas over and over and over again. Your brain will start to think like it, create this cult-like association with the idea. The ideas are propaganda. One of the more famous examples of media influencing an audience is from 1935. Directed by female director Leni Riefenstahl, Triumph of the Will, a Nazi propaganda film. Obviously, one movie didn't make an entire country follow a belief, but it was the repetition of these ideas that did. The Nazis controlled all facets of media and pushed the same ideas over and over, and slowly over time, they got more and more popular, and slowly, they took over this country. A popular theory around that time was the magic bullet theory. The theory assumes that media's message is fired from the media gun into the viewer's head. Sure, now this theory sounds more like a conspiracy, but there could be some truth to it. Another popular theory is the two-step flow, which is less direct. It isn't media to audience, but instead there's a middleman between the two. Interpersonal relations have more effect on people than the media. The two-step flow is the media would influence an opinion leader who would then tell everyone that he knew, and that would influence the most amount of people. But that was the 30s and 40s. Now in the digital age, the media and the opinion leaders are different in the modern world. There are millions of opinion leaders all over the internet. You can see fake news spread easily because people passively believe in whatever they see. It's kind of funny now, looking back to whenever people would say, don't believe everything you see on the internet, but now everybody believes everything they see on the internet. I kind of have a personal experience on both sides of this fence. As someone who grew up in the Bible Belt, I'm surrounded by these churches, religious people, but despite all that, I still don't believe. I do have an example of this, and that's the way I watch movies or film, or at least the films that I enjoy to watch. Around 2017, right out of high school, I started watching movies in a different way. I usually say it's because of the movie Blade Runner 2049. A movie like I've never seen before. It was less about the story and more about the spectacle of the image and sound that blew me away. Was it because of Blade Runner? Or was it because of the more critical videos on YouTube that I started watching around the same time that influenced my opinion, that changed the way that I experienced film? It could have been me allowing myself to experience new films that I've never seen, or experience the ones that weren't mass-marketed schlock, the more different films. I'm unsure of which it is, but obviously it had some effect on me. The media you consume may not directly change the way you think, but it's hard to imagine that it doesn't influence you in some sort of way.